Thursday Night Football, the Eagles go up to Green Bay, and they get a much-needed win and essentially save their season. Since 1990, less than 30 teams have started 1-3 and made the playoffs. So the Eagles, they needed last night in the worst way, and they got it done. And give the Eagles all the credit in the world. They trail 10-0 in the second quarter. It looked like it was going to be a blowout. It looked like Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur were going to start 4-0, but they had other plans. But 9 penalties for the Eagles, no deep threats, no Deshaun Jackson, but they get it done. And it was all thanks to Carson Wentz and that running game. So Carson Wentz last night, he throws for 3 touchdowns, has a QB rating of 113.2. And not the most eye-popping numbers, 16 of 27 for 3 touchdowns, but it was that running game for Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. So give them all the credit in the world for establishing that run. And Carson Wentz mentioned the importance of that run game right after the game. Check this out. Play the clip.
Tonight, first of all, we knew that's a good Packers defense. So we came in tonight with just the mindset to be balanced. The big guys up front really took care of business. I mean, what do we end up with, 170-some rushing yards?
You guys ran the ball well.
And so for me, that makes my life so much easier, and we can spread the love. And so guys made plays when we need to make them, and it was a big win.
And like Carson Wentz mentioned, it was all about that running game, all about that offensive line. He's got to take him out to dinner, take him to a steakhouse, wherever they want to go, because they were pounding the rock last night. Jordan Howard, if you remember, they picked him up from Chicago in the offseason. He has 15 carries, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then Miles Sanders, 72 yards on 11 carries. That's 159 yards on 26 carries for a 6.1 yard average, and that is big for Carson Wentz and this Eagle offense. They got 10 rushing first downs, 12 passing first downs. So their ability to run the ball in the red zone, that is what led to those touchdowns. And they went 4 for 4 in the red zone, and it was thanks to that running game. Jordan Howard was big, Miles Sanders was big, and this running game is going to be a big part of the Eagles moving forward this season. If you look at last year, the Eagles 29th in the NFL in overall team rushing. This year, they're already in the top 10 at number 9. So they jumped 20 spots, and if you look at it, in games that Wentz has started since 2016, the Eagles are 24-6 when the team rushes for over 100 yards, and they're 7-0 when they rush for over 175 yards like they did last night. So pounding on the ground gets it done for this Eagles team, and when rushing under 100 yards, the Eagles in that span, they're just 1-13. So give Doug Peterson all the credit in the world. It's one of the reasons why I think he's a top 5 coach in the NFL is his ability to evolve and adapt. It kind of reminds me of Rocky IV after he had the fight with Drago when he's addressing the crowd.
If I can change,
Я думаю, что каждый тоже изменится.
then you can change.
Вы можете измениться.
Everybody can change.
Каждый может измениться.
That is why Doug Peterson is an elite head coach. He makes adjustments. He understands his personnel. He understands going into last night, they had injuries to deal with. No Deshaun Jackson, no deep threats. You establish that run game, and you don't put it all on Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, 27 pass attempts last night. Last year, only had attempted less than 30 passes once, and that was in a 25-22 win against the Giants. And then the year before that, he had only had less than 27 pass attempts twice in his career, and that was a win against the Broncos and a win against the Cowboys in 2017. By the way, both of those games blowouts. A 51-23 win against the Broncos and a 37-9 win against the Cowboys. So Doug Peterson, he understands his personnel, and when Deshaun Jackson gets back and everyone gets healthy, look, last night, Alshon Jeffrey, he was not healthy, but he was still making catches.
Like Aguilar.
And then that Eagles defense stepped up in a major way, causing 2 turnovers, got a fumble, and that big interception by Bradham at the goal line. The Green Bay Packers, 4 chances inside the 5 to punch it in and tie things up at 34, and that Eagles defense, they keep him out. Yes, that play calling by LaFleur was a little questionable. You might want to just press Ask Madden. He'll probably tell you to do a little HB dive, little counter up the middle, maybe even a QB sneak by Aaron Rodgers, but they make that throw, and it kind of reminded me of another throw from back in the day. If you're a little Pete Carroll Super Bowl-esque, with Russell Wilson.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
Game-changing interception there, and that is one area where this Eagles team excelled at in 2017. In 2017, the Eagles were 4th in the NFL in takeaways at 1.8 per game. Last year, they were 28th in the NFL at 1 per game. Through 4 games, they're middle of the pack, sitting at 17 at 1.2. But last night was a great sign for that Philadelphia Eagles defense. Carson Wentz, a lot of credit to them. Fly, Eagles, fly. Philly, they're definitely back in the mix at 2-2.